I suppose one could just boil lentils.
Sure.
But we don't ever do that. Like in kitchens, we like to make things as complicated and drawn out as possible. So we use like the sort of basic mirepoix without celery, carrot, onion, garlic, and then we've got some cinnamon here and some bay leaves as well. Okay.
Why no celery? Any particular reason?
You know, I love celery. I like cooking celery. Much like black pepper, everybody's like salt, pepper. I don't think that is appropriate.
I feel the same way about pepper.
And celery too, I think celery is fantastic, but I like to showcase it. I don't like just to add it. Carrot and onion are both really, really sweet. Onion's got natural acidity, and I feel like those things you sort of have to have.
It's a great answer.
Thank you very much. I've been defending myself for years and years. In culinary school, they were like, you know, the only way to like do it is like carrot, onion, celery all the time, you know, and even garlic in stocks, like nobody would ever do that. And then Thomas Keller came out with the French Laundry Cookbook, and he said it was okay to put garlic in stock. It was like suddenly everybody started doing it. It's like the cooking peer pressure, you know? So we're gonna just peel these guys, and then I'm gonna dice these up. Okay. I suppose if you're using carrots that are a bit younger, you don't even actually have to peel them.
Just give them a good scrub.
Yeah, I don't love, I like the skin sort of on everything, you know? Let's just throw this out.
It's more rustic.
Totally. And now, too, especially when the farmers markets are happening, you know, you can find these beautiful like Thumbelina carrots or baby carrots that really don't need any peeling. We're gonna dice this up. So I'm just gonna like dice this up. You can, what I'm trying to do here is sort of mimic the shape of the lentil. So I want to cut it a little bit fine.
And they're pretty tiny.
They are tiny, and hopefully I won't like cut my finger off.
And those are beluga lentils, you said?
These are beluga lentils. You could use like French green lentils. The brown lentils break down very, very quickly. Here, take a look.
So these hold their shape a lot better?
These hold their shape. They're nice and firm, and
they also look like caviar.
Exactly. They look like caviar or like grains of meat, which is kind of what we're going for too.
Ground beef.
Exactly. So I'm just going to dice this up. If you want to throw a little bit of olive oil into that pot right there.
You got it.
Yeah. Cool, so I'm dicing up these carrots. You're gonna throw them in that little pot with some olive oil, and then I'm gonna throw in some onion, and we're gonna saute that with some cinnamon and some garlic, and we're gonna really season up the lentils. The thing about this is that, you know, it's super simple, but if all the components are seasoned really well, at the end of the day, you have something really good, you know? You don't want anything that is like under-seasoned and bland. I think that's kind of the idea with anything. I mean, Zahav even, like, everyone, you know, we have a great restaurant. It's like the hummus and the salads everyone sort of comes in for. And there's nothing, we're not using like magic ingredients. We're not using foie gras and truffles, mostly. So it's just, everything has got to be treated really, really well. With the eggplant, you buy the best eggplant that you possibly can, you salt it, you sear it really gently, and you layer it with like good ingredients, and you have something fantastic. Something that like sort of stands the test of time.
Totally,
I love that. This is not an elegant dish. This is...
But you're making it elegant.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So if you want to throw these carrots in that pot.
You got it. Great knife techniques.
You. Thanks a lot.
So the hummus and the salads is really what you're known for at Zahav.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, would you like to
and is this something that's on the menu? The moussaka?
The moussaka makes an appearance every now and again. But,
special?
Yeah, but I think that yeah, definitely. It's a little bit tricky because, you know, we try to be as seasonal as we possibly can, which is a little bit difficult with Middle Eastern ingredients. Exactly, in February. So sometimes you have to substitute butter and squash here and there, or cabbage. But this particular moussaka has never been on the menu at Zahav. I guess it should be though, right?
Well, maybe next week.
Right, exactly. Okay, so onion. Now this doesn't have to be perfect either. We can just sort of whack it in there. Okay. How's the carrot looking? It's okay?
Yep.
Awesome.
Simmering away.
Great. Cool. Would you like to throw the onion in?
Yep. Do you want salt or anything in there?
Yeah, we're going to throw a little salt in there.
Great.
We're also going to throw in a couple cinnamon sticks too, just like that. Some bay leaves. And you can use dried bay leaves. They don't have to be fresh. All right, and then we're just going to shake it up.
And I love the use of cinnamon stick too. It really imparts such a nice flavor without being really cinnamony.
It does. The ground cinnamon is fine. It has a tendency to make everything taste like French toast.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
Not what you want. And the cinnamon is like, that's used a lot in Middle Eastern cooking. It's used a lot in Balkan cooking, and even with things that are savory, you know, like lamb and cinnamon, it makes lamb taste even more like lamb, right? And so for us, it's an easy way to like, to sort of imply meatiness, you know? And also nobody expects the cheese and the cinnamon either to work, but it does.
So aromatic. I love the way that smells.
Great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cinnamon tends to wake everything up. All right, this is sorted really nicely. We're gonna add some of our lentils.
Okay.
And these are, like I said, raw beluga lentils. These are pretty firm. So if you're using like a green lentil, they're gonna take a little bit longer to cook. You gotta be careful with any sort of dried legume because there are always stones and pebbles in them. Which adds another element of danger to cooking.
As if there weren't enough already.
I know, right?
So you have to kind of pick through those and just make sure there's not anything foreign.
Yeah.
Which is tough because they look like stones to begin with.
It's all, I know, it's sort of, it's unfair. The whole thing is unfair. Yeah, usually like dried beans are a little bit better. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. People get weird about adding salt to dried legumes. They think that it slows down the cooking process.
Yeah, I've read that before.
I don't know if I actually believe that.
Yeah,
I think that they're all lying.
It's like an old wives' tale.
Even if it cooks a little bit longer, that's okay because you're seasoning it, like I said, in layers. So we're just gonna throw a little bit of water into this. I suppose if you wanted to get like crazy and you were okay with mixing milk and meat, you could do chicken stock or beef broth. I really don't think you need it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you've got plenty of flavor going on here already.
Yeah, good stuff.
More?
A touch more. Okay, that's cool.
Great.
All right, so we're just gonna cover this guy, or yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's put that on.